Hi, it's Grandma again. The Teddies just said that they wanted to hear a bit more of the story. So, as a special treat, we're going to read 2 chapters. So, if you remember, the children had found the enchanted wood and they were going to go back the next day. So, when they woke up the next day, the children decided to go to the wood. They jumped over the narrow ditch and they felt magic. And they could hear the trees going, whoosh, 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 whoosh. I can see some wild strawberries, cried Bessie, and she knelt down and pressed back some pretty leaves, showing the others the deep red strawberries below. Oh, let's pick some and have some for tea, said Fanny. So they did. They picked all the strawberries they could find and they put them in a bag. Then they sat down and undid their sandwiches, and soon they were munching away, listening to the dark green leaves, whisher, 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 whisher. And it was while they were in the middle of their tea that they saw a very peculiar thing. Not far off was a piece of soft grass, and as Fanny looked at it, she noticed bumps appearing on it. The bumps grew, the earth rose up and broke in 6 places. Look, said Fanny, in a low voice, pointing to a piece of grass. What's happening over there? All 3 children watched in silence as 6 big toadstools were growing quickly up from the ground, pushing their way through and rising up. I've never seen that before, said Joe. Shh, don't make a noise, said Bessie. I can hear footsteps. The others listened, and sure enough, they heard the pattering of feet and little high voices. Let's get quickly behind a bush, said Bessie. Whoever it is that is coming will be frightened if they see us. There's magic happening here and we want to see it. So they scrambled up and hid behind the thick bush, and Bessie peered out to see what was happening. And there came a troop of small men with long beards almost reaching the ground. They're brownies, whispered Joe. The brownies went to the toadstools and sat down on them. They were holding a meeting. How very strange. The gnome has got into whatever place there is at the top of the tree today, said the biggest brownie. He may live there for months and never come down again. It's no good waiting for him, and it's so no good going after him. His name is Creepy because he's forever creeping about quietly. The children looked up into the broad leaves of the tree. They felt tremendously excited. The faraway tree in the enchanted wood. What magic there seemed to be. If only we could climb up, said Joe. You must never, never do that, said the brownies. It's dangerous. We have to go now, but we do thank you for your help. If you ever want us to help you, just come into the enchanted wood, whistle 7 times. Can you do that? And we'll come running. Thank you, said the children, and stared after the 6 small brownies as they ran off to get home. Joe looked at Bessie and said, We must go to the faraway tree and see what's up the top. Well, that's the end of chapter 2. And I can tell you that in chapter 3, they go, can you read that, Harry? Up the faraway tree. And I can tell you that all sorts of things are going to happen when they get there. Until tomorrow, God bless. Lots of love.